What up, guys?
What up?
Yo,
Happy Halloween.
happy Halloween.
I
Happy
see
Halloween.
Landon has his costume on as a pathetic fantasy football player. Doesn't know how to win a league. Ian, I don't know what you are, and that's about the same for you as fantasy. Now that I got that out of my system, I feel much better. Let's see. So, last night, Landon, or Ian, talk about your newest addition on your team.
Well, I told you guys, Lamar was coming back with a vengeance. No one believes me when I tell them that the Ravens are gonna go on a rampage here. They're still in the hunt, so, which is why I traded for Henry and Jackson, and I think I'm gonna ride those two right on into the championship
Hey
against
yo.
Landon.
Okay, so first of all, let me make a statement. It's not that I didn't believe that they would produce or any of that stuff because I could care less what the Ravens do as a team. Uh, that's why I didn't sell him cheap. He put up 38 points. I think on average you'll probably get about that to about 45,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I wasn't going to do it unless I got some depth. I needed depth. I sold a piece. Uh,
It's a win-win.
yeah, it's I still well we'll just I'm tired of talking bad about people's teams. Um, I got to figure out my stuff on my team before I can say anything about anybody else's team. So, uh, waivers. Anybody surprised by anybody that was picked up on Tuesday night, or not surprised? Here's the waivers that were picked up. We had, and I'm just going to read who was picked up and dropped. I'm not going to read what moves have been done after that. But Knight, the Cardinals running back, Mark did with his first pick, dropped T.J. Hawkinson. Then he also grabbed the Rams defense, or Oscar grabbed the actually that was the Chargers defense. Sean grabbed Hunter Henry because he traded Warren to Landon. Jason picked up Franklin from the Broncos and dropped the Colts defense. And then Naked Bootleggers picked up Williams, the wide receiver from the Lions, which has been, I think, add and dropped more than anybody seems lately. Kareem Hunt for Rashad White. I did. Tua, Landon wanted, but Dylan had a higher priority listed on him.
I
And
just didn't.
Landon
I
looking
didn't put in a
back.
waiver claim.
Oh, that's right, you didn't. So looking back, are you upset that you did not get Tua?
No.
Were you originally?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Because I'm looking at his upcoming schedule, including last night, and I was like, "This is a beautiful schedule. I have Waddle and Achan. Let me combine all three." And he just did not. He did not perform against. I mean, obviously the Ravens have been tougher since the first 5 weeks of the season, but at the same time, Tua just did not look great.
No, I mean, because there was room for points last night. Uh, Tua just looks. He's playing with zero confidence or something. I don't know what it is. It
I
seems
think
like
he's
every
had a
time.
head injury or two.
What was that?
Yep.
It's almost like he's had a head injury or two.
Well, I'm sure that has something to do with it, but right now he just doesn't look. I mean, like the end of the first half, going for a Hail Mary. Instead of going for a Hail Mary, he just dives on the ground and takes a sack. It's like, what are we doing? The GM got fired today. See what that does. They've pretty much announced that Mike Daniels is there until the end of the season, if not longer. Uh, I don't. I shared a video in our league chat. Did you guys watch it? That Mike
Uh,
Daniels video? Probably not. So there's a lot of ums and uhs and and he just does not look like a guy that has confidence. Doesn't look like a guy that can lead a group of grown men somewhere. What do you guys think is going to happen in Miami? Do you think they make any trades? Be realistic. Do you think they make any trades by Tuesday?
No.
I don't know. I mean, potentially Waddle would be one that I would watch out for. You know, that we know there's a lot of teams in the works for a receiver right now, depending on where Jacoby Myers goes. Tyreek may be in that factor, but probably not. But no, I would be.
Wait, Tyreek might be in what factor?
Wouldn't he be a trade? Oh, well, I guess because he's hurt, he can't be traded, right?
He can, but no one's going to trade for him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The only thing I would watch for is maybe a change at quarterback. At some point, they're gonna probably want to see what Quinn Ewers has.
The only problem with that is Tua's contract.
Huh?
No one's going to trade for him unless it's dirt cheap and they take on all that money. But like Brock Osweiler, I think it was with Houston Texans.
You're telling me the Browns wouldn't trade for Tua?
I don't see anybody trading for him. He just signed a fat deal. Was it last offseason, offseason before? And there's way too much dead cap. It's kind of like Garrett, or not Garrett, but yeah, what's his name
Kirk
from
Cousins.
Cleveland?
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett.
Yes.
No, Garrett.
Miles Garrett.
DN.
Yes. Yes, Miles
Yeah.
Garrett. But
Miles Garrett, thank you. So he, there's been talk on Twitter, I'm sure you guys have seen it, that he should be traded. There's realistic, and then there's trades that people want to see. Garrett going somewhere, yeah, it would be nice, but it's not going to happen. He just signed a contract this year, and they would have like $90 million in dead cap the next 2 years, and that just not going to work. It's not going to happen. So you don't think anybody mainly is going to be traded, Landon. Ian sounds like Waddle maybe. Do you think it hurts? Because I'm sure Mike Daniels may have been kept, but I'm sure he was given some, hey, this is what we want to see to be agreed to stay. Do you think Etienne? Do you think Waddle? Do you think any of their defensive players that are worth anything are given less playing time that could encourage a trade?
Nah, like Landon said, other than I don't really see too much action from them right now. They're gonna want to wait till off season until all the big moves get made. Just get through the season is my thoughts.
Okay. Do you guys think any trades at all, be realistic, happen by Tuesday? Like
Probably
Brees Hall.
not.
I don't think he gets moved.
No.
you mean like big trades not even involving the Dolphins anymore?
Correct.
I think there'll
Anybody.
be one. I think there'll be one.
Maybe one or two big ones. We know Jacoby Myers is on the looks. Brian Thomas is doubtful that happens.
Especially with the injury today.
Yeah, especially with that Travis Hunter news. I don't see too many big deals going down. I see maybe a couple like depth kind of deals, like how the Jets just traded for a corner or something like that, but nothing too crazy.
Landon?
I mean, he nailed the first name, Jacoby Myers. I picked Jacoby up today, hoping that he gets traded. Second one, I don't think Chuba will get traded just due to the fact that they can run a two-headed monster in that backfield. Like if one goes down, they have another great piece, and he's just a great locker room guy. But obviously, he's going to create some buzz. I think the Patriots are going to trade for a running back, though. I don't know who it's going to be, but I think they will trade for a running back. I feel like what's his name?
Travion.
Yeah, Travion.
Travion.
Thank you. So I think Travion.
They just don't like him.
Yeah, they just don't like Travion. And so I picked up Terrell Jackson today with the hopes that Terrell Jackson is going to be like a Bam Knight type of player, and then Travion's going to be a Michael Carter. Which that whole situation is weird too, because Michael Carter got cut, signed to the practice squad, and now he's taking the bulk of the first team reps this week. So that just doesn't make sense to me. But no, I think you could see a couple big trades, like one or two.
Okay. You guys are talking about the Patriots and their running back room. Dearness Johnson. Don't be surprised if he jumps everybody and gets the touches. He's good with pass protection. He had a little bit of juice when he played in Cleveland. I don't remember what he did in Jacksonville last year. I think he returned kicks, and that was about it. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him get some touches due to the fact that pass protection is huge to, for Drake May because they don't want to have him touched. And they also, Vrabel, pass protection, if you can't, well, as we're seeing with Henderson, if you can't pass block, you can't do your task, you're not going to get playing time. And Dearness Johnson, I believe, can do all of that. So that's someone I would look after. On the game last night, Ian, were you surprised at all to see Lamar not run much? Were you surprised to see him stay in? Were you happy because they get 10 days off? It's true reps that he's getting in that game. What do you think their game plan was with him?
Well, just to get him through to the bye. Like I said already, that whole division lost last week, so the Ravens are in prime position to make a comeback in that division. I think they're actually in betting odds to win the division, which would mean that Lamar and Derrick Henry would have to go on some kind of fantasy type of run that would be good for me. Like you said, they got a bye coming up. I think the whole purpose was just to get in and out of that game.
Okay. Landon, we'll switch over to matchups real quick. This week, you have a matchup, and you started with 43 points last night against Oscar. Anything you want to touch on? We don't really need to get into the matchups all that much, but is there anything you want to touch on? Etienne and Waddle, did they get what you were hoping? Did they get you enough? Are you a little worried? We briefly spoke on Kyler Murray earlier that I wouldn't be surprised if he's not starting. Anything about your matchup that you're concerned with?
I mean, obviously, with a player like Achan, you hope that he does more than that. Like, if he gets in the end zone, it's 30 plus. Didn't get in the end zone, but he did have 6 catches and 67 rushing yards, so he did exactly what I needed him to do. He's my running back 2, so 25 points is good for my running back 2. Jalen Waddle, 18 points, 6 catches, 82 yards, solid. If he gets in the end zone, it's a 25-point game. So, I mean, they got exactly what I needed from them. Jalen Waddle's my wide receiver 3, so 21.5 point average from those two is not bad at all.
Waddle 18 yards away from 100-yard game. That could have changed the look of things too.
Well, and he would have had it if that terrible call didn't get called on Ollie Gordon.
Yeah, that. And then you guys see the coach go off on him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that was more of the way he handled the situation.
I think so. I'm fine with it. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
You could be mad to a point, but you still got to control the way you react to a situation like that, knowing it could cost the team.
Which is kind of contradictory to the way the coach handled it, but yeah. Anybody in your lineup that is your lineup locked in? And I mean, minus an injury popping up, Landon. And is there anybody that you hope stays in Oscar's lineup that could possibly be removed?
Not really. I mean, Oscar's lineup, I was looking at it. He just needs another running back, but he doesn't have one, so his lineup's fine. I would say though, for mine, if Kyler's obviously not good to go, I'd probably just start Rico against that Granite Bay defense, which isn't going to be great, but I'd still do it.
Say Granite Bay?
That's exactly what he said.
I meant Green Bay.
Like maybe I misunderstood, but then Ian's face.
I mean Green Bay defense.
Okay. Ian, your matchup, like we briefly discussed, you scored 63 points with 2 guys, 37 from Lamar and 28 from Derrick Henry. Dylan, we briefly discussed, he picked up Tua and started him, got 16, Zay Flowers 13, so a total of 29.8. So you go into Sunday's matchups with 35-point lead. Anybody in your lineup that you may swap out that you're worried about, or the same question in Dylan's that you think, shoot, he may be taken out, but you're thinking, God, I hope he doesn't get taken out?
No, I think his lineup's pretty much set. He's got a pretty good squad. The only one I'm on the waivers about is Diami Brown. But I think with the news of Travis Hunter going down, with the issues Brian Johnson or yeah, BTJ has had, and then as well as that he's hurt as well. He actually had a limited practice the other day, and Diami Brown does seem to have a little bit of juice. So he's the only one I could consider swapping out, but otherwise I think I'm pretty much set.
I think this injury helps one of Rob's players. I feel like we always go back to Rob's team, but Travis Etienne. I think he is, because if you look at the schedule that they had been playing the past 2 or 3 weeks, tougher run schedule, and he wasn't really being involved in the passing game due to the fact that Travis Hunter was starting to come on. Brenton Strange is still out for 2 games, but you've got the Raiders. Travis Etienne is, I think he will, let's see, the last 3 games, 5 targets, 4 receptions. Shoot, I just knocked it out. And then last game, 3 targets, 1 reception. And then 2 games ago, he had against KC, he had 4 targets, and again, he had 3 receptions. So he's about that 4 to 5 target range. I think that he will start seeing some more passes in the next 4 games, depending on how long Hunter is. It was non-contact. Fingers crossed, it's not an ACL.
They said that the initial test, it's intact.
It is?
They said that the initial tests show that the ACL is intact.
Was that an image, or was that just the initial test by hand?
That I didn't read too much into it. I just saw the headline from their beat reporter, and I got happy and just kind of swiped away.
Okay, cool. I mean, at least
let me pull that up. But while you're talking about that, I'll pull it up.
Okay, so plus more of the fact that there is potential that it's only going to be a short IR stint.
Yes.
So let's go here. Okay, so I think of someone that could have, and I've been watching him, but Tootin is coming out of the bye, is someone I want to pick up. I just don't know who I would drop, because I really don't have a whole lot of people that I'm going to confidently drop, because I think if I drop some of my players, maybe they're not helping me a whole lot, but I know they're going to get picked up. Tootin has the upside to have the run game, and he also can be a receiver out of the backfield. So maybe you see, because I believe in camp he was lining up in the slot, but Washington was a receiver that was returning some kicks, whether it be punt or kickoff. He plays the slot. So let's see, maybe he could slide into a higher role. Did Brian Thomas Jr. play in the slot at all last year? I can't remember.
I thought he did, but he just
Me
hasn't.
too, and I'm wondering why they're keeping him out of the slot.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I could almost guarantee you he did play in the slot some last year.
Okay. So then I think Rob just gains another receiver with that injury, unfortunately, because his team has been looking great. My matchup with Nate, he started another Washington, Malik Washington, out of Miami, and he did not get to return many kicks, and he was a little involved, nothing major. He was projected 14 points, got 12.65, so less than projected. He is playing with Mac Jones, who will be starting, because I don't know if you guys have seen it. Yep. Brock Purdy is out again. First comment that I saw when I was reading that, is he benched or is he still hurt? I'm going to say he's probably still hurt, but it feels like they've missed the window on IR with him and Pearsall. That's the Niners for you. The guys that it's nice to see Roma Duze full practice today. He is now healthy, not on the injured report. Brian Thomas Jr. was questionable, but I think that might help him. If it doesn't help him, then I don't know what to say about Brian Thomas Jr. this year. But Vidal, I think he'll have a solid game. Robinson, I think, well, Bijan, hopefully he bounces back to be Bijan. Only problem, he's playing New England, and I don't know if that's going to happen. They're going to focus on him. And again, I'm doing what I don't like to do, starting New England defense and Bijan, but I think both players have the upside of a lot of points, so I'm not going to remove them. I removed Stroud just before we got on the call due to the fact that playing Denver, yes, Patrick Surtain's out, but you guys are leading the league in sacks. When I say you guys, due to Ian. So that offensive line just sucks.
The worst.
Yeah, it's just bad. So player that last week, McCaffrey did not get many return yards. He didn't get. I think he had two catches or something, but he didn't have many return yards. Hopefully, Seattle's. What was that?
No.
Hopefully, Seattle, with the number 2 special teams, can keep him contained. Not Javonte, but whatever Williams, the receiver from Jamison Williams from Detroit. So I think Nate's receivers are a little bit shaky. They could go off and have big games, but I think he's relying too much on the what if and the ceiling of potential points that I'm very confident and very hopeful that he does not take any receivers out of his lineup.
Got to have some big plays.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
He does. And Johnston going against Tennessee could happen.
JMO could always happen at any time. Exactly. And I think there was actually a report that just recently came out saying they wanted to get him the ball more.
I know a report
Wasn't that
came
a few
out.
weeks ago?
I think that was this week.
That was David Montgomery a few weeks ago. But this week I saw that, and then I also saw the reporter say, "Are you happy with your touches?" And he was like, "Why would I complain? We're winning games." That's like the first wide receiver where I've like they put the team first.
Sounds like an ass kisser to me.
Yeah, but better than A.J. Brown. Now you force feed A.J. Brown, then you lose the game to Denver because you don't run the ball Barkley. So.
But he's not running the ball very well, so.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
So playoffs. We are entering week 9 right now, and we've started it last night. Our playoffs start week 15, so 15, 16, 17. So that gives us, 6 more weeks of regular season. I don't think anybody's out of it. I know you two are confident. Ian made a comment earlier about, I think they're going to carry me to the championship. Landon, I know.
I stay humble.
Whatever, you can't stay humble.
I stay humble.
Talk about your two teams. What do you feel either of you need to get to that promised land? Not to win it, but just get to the championship.
You want to go first?
I need one more. I don't know if probably another running back would be my guess. If I could package a couple guys for a running back. If I could, or if I just basically, I want one more hitter, one more big hitter. If I could get someone that can go in the flex or in my running back spot, that's kind of ideal. So if that's whether that be running back or receiver, I did trade for Kittle this week, who I think could potentially be a big hitter. If he decides to have big weeks this week with Mac Jones, he could turn around and do it with Purdy. The Niners, they're not completely out of the NFC West race yet. I know Yeah, so I think if they get back and get healthy, we know their receivers are out quite a while. So if they can get Purdy back, Kittle could just be force fed. So, I'm hoping to see if that's an option for me.
Well, it's that, and I like how you worded that. Landon and Rob have these big play guys. James Cook, Jonathan Taylor, You've got Lamar now, but Rob has Hurts and Dak Prescott. There seems like Hurts is getting his rushing touchdowns or stuff like that, maybe connecting on a big play. Dallas seems to always connect on a big play, and when you've got Dak, that gets you the big play. Landon, what is it about your team that you would like to add? And if nothing, say nothing.
I just feel like I need a secondary quarterback. Like, yes, I traded Dart to get Tyler Warren, so some of you guys may think, well, you gave away what you think you needed. I think my team's complete. Like, if Kyler Murray can start, obviously I want to start him against that terrible Dallas defense. But I felt like I was one tight end away that averaged 15 or so points a week. That way I have that for sure double digit points coming from the tight end position because that's what I've been lacking all year. I just haven't had that. But Drake May has been phenomenal. Obviously, JSN as my wide receiver 1, Justin Jefferson as my 2. Those are 2 solid plays as long as JJ can find the end zone with JJ McCarthy because hopefully, I mean, McCarthy can't be worse than what he was the first 2 weeks, and Justin Jefferson put up 17 and 18 points. That's what he's been putting up since I traded for him. So nothing too drastic of a change. I just need him to be a little bit better and force feed JJ. Jonathan Taylor is my running back 1, Achane as my running back 2, 2 big hitters. Tyler Warren as my tight end 1, Waddle as my wide receiver 3, and then Chimere Dike. He's never going to be projected the amount of points that he's going to get due to the fact that Yahoo doesn't take into consideration the return yards. But Chimere Dike, that defense is so bad and they get scored on so much that he just always returning the football. So last week he put up 44. The week before that he put up 30. He's only had 2 games under 20 points this whole season. So he's been very good. Kyler Murray, like I already talked about. But then I got Rico, Aaron Jones, Jacoby Myers, Bucky. Bucky's still on bye or still hurt, so I haven't had him for multiple weeks. I just feel like I need that secondary quarterback.
I think you need another receiver, but
I know you do. You don't like Waddle or Justin Jefferson because of the JJ McCarthy.
As the wide receiver 4 getting 20 points, you can't ask for more. Yeah, it looks ugly when you're setting your lineup and it says he's projected 7 to 12 points or something.
Yeah.
But you know that's not what he's going to get.
Yeah.
He's just too much of a playmaker to take away from the return game. It shortens their field and it keeps the other team from having a short field to play on. He's locked in there. Let's go through, and since we kind of started this, we'll start at Rob's team.
You don't want to hit yours first?
I'll save mine for last.
Okay.
We'll start
Normally
with Rob's.
You save the best for last.
Well, I think we already did those 2 things, right?
No, you're right. I just wanted to hear it. Thank you.
Third best and get Rob. So, looking at Rob's team, we're going to go through and just kind of say, okay, this team is good and he's locked in, but does he have a weakness? I'll just look at his starting lineup. Deebo Samuel, I would say, is probably, Ladd McConkey also.
I'd say yes, Dallas.
Reason being I say those 2. Deebo, it seems like some games he just looks like he's the wide receiver 1. He looks fast. He looks quick. He looks like the old Deebo. And then...
But the other 2 have big playability.
But yes, I know he's dealing with a heel, right? An heel issue. So, okay, does Rob need to take that into consideration? Maybe. He's got Brandon Ayuk on IR. And Ladd McConkey, it just seems like he does not have... I guess he's got St. Brown, so I can't say he doesn't have it. So he's got... I'm used to everybody putting their top one up on top, but Rob he's down in one of his flex spots. So I was going to say Ladd McConkey and Samuel. Maybe he needs a solid receiver, but he's got St. Brown. So between Addison, McConkey, and Samuel, I think he has his wide receiver too, because Addison, kind of like what I've talked about with Waddle, it's very hit or miss, or what Ian said about some of his players. They're not locked into having a big play. It's like if these big plays happen, then McConkey's starting to come around, but Now they've got Gadsden, or is that how you said his last
Yeah.
name?
Mm-hmm.
Who seems to, I don't know if he's the wide receiver. Well, he's a tight end, but I don't know if he's the first read, first target or not. But it's like McConkey can't get over that hump. So I would say he might need another strong receiver, but it's going to be hard to get one right now. Do you guys see any other weaknesses on his team?
No, he's got a solid squad.
Yeah.
Which one did you mention? Did you mention Trevor or Travis Etienne?
Just on the fact that I think it's going to be helped with, and he's got Trevor Lawrence, so that kind of ties them together. I don't know if that's what you were going to say, but I mentioned him just with the fact with Hunter out. I think he's going to catch some more.
I still would say that Travis Etienne is no longer viable, due to the fact that he's not averaging as many rushes. He's still getting those catches. Like, don't get me wrong, he's still averaging 3+ catches a week in the last 3 weeks, but his big playability has dropped off. He opened the season against Carolina. He opened the season the second week against Cincinnati. Those are two great run defenses that you want to play up against. So I just feel as if he could get another running back 2 or a solid wide receiver 3, that could really benefit him. Although Jordan Addison's been playing phenomenal, but
Yeah.
that's with Wentz. We haven't seen him play with McCarthy yet.
See, and that worries me because it kind of changes, not with Rob's team. McCarthy just kind of changes that entire offense.
Yeah. Probably will see a lot more running.
We really saw just one good quarter. That's
In
all
the
we've
fourth
seen.
quarter of the first game, yeah. And then
Yeah, and
he
before
won
that he was ass.
an award for that game, like quarterback of the week or something. NFC
When I
offensive
think-
player of the week.
Yeah, something like that.
So, yeah, and Etienne has 4 games under 18 points. So, 4 of 6 games. Yeah, that's not ideal, but it is, he's got Cook. He's got St. Brown. We're getting kind of nitpicky, but yeah, yes, I guess you could a wide receiver 3
If Tyler
maybe
doesn't
if you
play,
combine
Brissett.
2 of those wide receivers for
Other
a
than
stronger
that,
one, but I don't
go
know who's
Darnold.
going to do that. That's the problem with it. So you might see weak links in people's teams, but how do you improve them? Oscar's team. What do you see on his team that?
A hope and a prayer. I think his receivers are definitely on the weaker side. I know that Pickens has been strong all year, but right after that, Higgins and Harrison are total coin flips. Metcalf, I think, is a total coin flip. I do like his quarterbacks. Allen and Herbert are nice. And then you go down to his running backs. I think that's an even bigger question mark at this point. We don't know what's going to happen with Chuba. It sounds like Rico Dowdle's taken over, and David Montgomery has to split time. So you never know what's going to happen with him either.
Yeah, I know he's reached out. He wants a running back, but I'm not going to move a running back just to move one because they're hard to get. I think it's going to have to be a package deal that, Brian Thomas Jr. Okay, I just got to update it. He's changed to healthy, so there you go. Josh Allen is someone that I would like to get from him. Give him a running back and a quarterback. I sent him an offer. He rejected it and didn't counter. So I don't know if it's just that he doesn't want to get rid of Allen. I don't know. He didn't comment. He didn't say anything. So there's that.
Fair.
Let's go with the replacements, a.k.a. Dylan. He gets Puka and Gibbs back this week. Puka returning from a bye and an injury. Gibbs returning from a bye. When did you trade him, Nico? Has he been able to use him?
That was about, I think when he
I don't
played
think he's used him.
when he played Seattle.
Yeah, he got the concussion versus us and then was out.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's even able to use him.
Well, I mean, he used him for 8 points that first week against Seattle.
Yeah.
Not really.
I mean, he had 10 targets, dropped the very first drive of the game, wide open, would have had a 30-yard reception, just dropped it.
Yeah.
I think he needs a better QB2. He's got Love, then he's got Tua and Brock. Brock is not on IR, but he can be on I. Well, he's questionable. So I mean, he's been holding Purdy for a while, and I think he drafted him and hasn't been able to use him for a few weeks. And the problem with that is each time that the Monday comes or Tuesday comes and you're running waivers that night, he's questionable. So you either got to drop him, and at some point you have to make the decision to, okay, not having depth or not having room for depth
Is
is
it
starting
full
to
PPR
hurt.
Baylor?
And I think he needs to. But the quarterbacks, as you can see, there's more and more teams that have 3 quarterbacks now than there were earlier.
Yeah.
And it's getting real thin.
Mm-hmm. Sure is. Injuries are a pain in the butt.
Would you guys say? How confident are you in Zay Flowers?
I was more confident going into yesterday's game than I was today.
Yeah. I think they're going to see a lot more running. I know, or a lot more tight ends too. We're going to see a lot more likely, I think.
Yeah.
I think I think they've realized that they got to kick it into gear, and what they do best is throw to the tight ends and run the ball. That's what, you saw a lot of Andrews. You saw that likely last night. Zay, I think, will have his chances at having good games, but I think they're just going to put the team on Lamar's shoulders and say, go win us some football games.
He loves his tight ends. Watching the Steelers, and it's in their division. It's DK and 3 tight ends. And that's kind of what this team is looking like. Because Hopkins, I don't even know if he had a target last night. Zay Flowers had some. He could have had. He almost had a 50-plus yard touchdown, but got tackled at 39 yards, I think it was. Shakir, he's kind of up and down. So it's just I believe he needs to upgrade his second QB, and with Nico and Gibbs and Puka, I think he can be okay if he gets a second strong quarterback.
I believe so as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Sean.
He had a good team, just kept playing the wrong people. Not that he was starting the wrong people. He just kept going
Playing the wrong matchups, the wrong team.
Exactly. And I think, Sean's kind of had to make some moves that were not in his favor, and I think it's a telltale sign he is on his way to spending 24 hours in a Denny's or whatever Landon picked out.
Yeah, his Denny's are a bar. I know Sean doesn't drink, so he'll have a lot of waffles or pancakes.
I look forward to those videos.
I honestly think he does not have a bad team. He doesn't have any of the big name players, or he doesn't have any of the explosive play players. That's his issue.
So Sam Darnold, we've seen what he can do, and I think this week he's going to put up points.
I think so too.
Jackson Dart, I think, will put up points against the Niners.
In half PPR, probably.
So he's got Tet, he's got Drake London.
Normally I'd say London.
Cortland Sutton. Okay.
But maybe
and I'm just going to go with the guys that are in the starting lineup.
Who are your other
the 3 receivers
options?
have high ceilings, but they have low floors. And if you don't mix some of those high ceilings with some of these players mixed with your 2 quarterbacks, it makes it tough. Henderson, if he can't get it done this week, I don't know what to say.
I don't think they like him.
And we briefly talked about that at the beginning, but it's just, God, if he just does not get it this week, it's going to be tough to watch. Zach Charbonnet is getting all the carries in the goal line, the 5-yard and closer area. So he's got the potential. And it's like Zach Charbonnet or Walker, neither one of them have been – they're just playing too much 50-50. And neither one of the guys can get going, but if they let one of them get going, Walker or Charbonnet are going to be a good running back to have, I think, to close out the season. Read something earlier that Walker is still dealing with an ankle injury or ankle tenderness, soreness from last year. So maybe that's why they're Don't know. Maybe that's why they're minimizing his touches. Definitely has to be why they're not giving him in the red zone, because that's where it gets tight and there's no room for getting away from anybody out. On the outside
Probably
runs
go
and stuff like
Tracy.
that. Everything's through the
I
tackles.
think Gonzo's going to
For
shadow
some reason, Seattle's run
London.
offense has been slacking.
I think that's just a Seattle sucks problem.
Okay. Talked about both of yours. We'll go to Jason's.
Jason's
So-
team is coming alive perfectly for him.
Yes, it is.
Right time.
I don't know about the
Running back situation.
Tyrone Tracy. I think Singletary is going to get the opportunity, and if it's just the two of them, Tracy. I know he traded Tracy because Jason was thinking, okay, well I had Cam. I've got 3 tight ends. I'll trade a tight end, which is he was smart for him to do. I just wish he would have shocked the league. I think he could have got a better running back.
Well, he didn't. He's traded him to me, so.
I know.
I think
But I do
Tracy's going to
agree.
be perfectly fine. He's going to be the pass catching back. Devin Singletary won't catch a single pass.
I disagree. You go back and watch the film after Cam Scatterbo got hurt, it was all Singletary. I think Tracy had a good couple of games last year, but watching what they actually like, it seems like Singletary's their guy.
I think he'll be the goal line back, but in this offense, how many times are they going to get to the goal line going up against San Fran? Like it may be tough. So I think Tracy's going to be the running back from the 20-yard line to the opposing 20-yard line. He's going to have his catching ability. He's going to be able to get the big play ability. Devin Singletary is not breaking off a 40-yard run. Tracy can. So
That's good.
I just feel like if they want the offense to be ground and pound, yes, you go with Devin Singletary. But if you want them to be fast paced, you want them to go just try to go score points against the Niners, it's going to be Tracy all day. And Tracy's going to be the 2 minute back. I am higher on Tracy than I think a couple other people are.
Okay. Gadsden.
I would make that trade for Bucky for sure.
Not a whole lot to say about him. Warren has been solid. Chris Olave, don't know what's going to happen with him with the new quarterback. We'll see how that affects him. Flacco, so it says he's questionable, but Cincinnati did sign, and this could be for emergency purposes only, but they did sign quarterback off the practice squad today.
I saw that.
Could have waited till tomorrow. Didn't. They did it today, so I don't know what that says about Flacco.
Ain't Jake Brown.
My God. And that
That
we've
offense
seen what
is-
Flacco has done for Chase.
both chases.
Mark Chase, Chase Brown.
Yep.
So the Chase brothers. We've seen what he's done for T. Just that whole entire offense. He's completely made better. Don't know how they lost last week, but they did. I know. Sorry. So Jacksonville defense, they've been pretty tough, but they did just lose their, I don't know if it's their cornerback 1 or cornerback 2. Either way, they just lost a strong defensive player. But he's got Dobbins that he could play for Tracy. He's got Devontae Smith. He's got a nice squad. Now that I'm looking, Jake Browning is not a guy I'd be rostering. He's probably doing it just because of Flacco, but I hope he understands if Flacco plays or doesn't play, you're not getting the Flacco production from Browning.
Correct. Or a good quarter, or just he may not even be the backup.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's really much to say about. I guess Jason should take out Swift because he's been ruled out and put Dobbins in. So that takes away Dobbins. But he's he's got a pretty solid team. He's made some nice trades.
Agreed.
Okay, Nate. What do you guys think he needs to do besides add a different defense to this team?
Not sure there's much else he can do. We kind of already talked about his squad a little bit. Probably receivers is about it. But I mean, he's got pretty solid running backs in my opinion. Once he gets Purdy, or once Mayfield comes back, he'll have Mahomes and Mayfield together, so Mac Jones won't be a factor. He could do all right. He could still kind of push his way in there.
Again, I think we've talked about it briefly. I think he just needs a stud receiver, but again, it's easy to say what he needs. It's like when the guy at work comes up and says, "Man, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work." Okay, what do you suggest we do to change it?
Right.
Well, I don't know. I'm just telling you it doesn't work. So it's tough to say, okay, I'm going to go make a trade, or he should make a trade when there's only a handful of stud receivers. I mean, it's Chase, and that really is dependent on Flacco. That's weird to say. CD, St. Brown.
CD did not look that explosive if you actually watched the film.
And okay, so I'm glad you said that. And I just said Puka. And I was about to say right before you said that, but how's he going to look coming back? The three of us talked about it on a call or two. Yeah, they may come back, but how are they going to be able to play? One wrong turn, one wrong move, and your ankle. I mean, if it rolls, if it's tender, if you have to tape it up, and you don't have that fluidity in your moves, and like you just said, that CD did not look like that. So Puka, don't know what's gonna happen to him when he comes back. Should have mentioned that with Dylan's team. But Nate, it's going to be hard for him. So he just needs these guys that can get the big plays to get at least one big play, or at least two of the four get a big play.
Agreed.
Okay. One team left. Dropping dimes. And so my quarterbacks are Stroud, Daniels, and Williams. Williams' schedule looks beautiful, but Williams himself, God, it varies.
He's frustrating.
So it is frustrating. But I needed running backs, and that's why I gave away Lamar. Rome Odunze, Brian Thomas Jr., and Igbuka and then Garrett Wilson. But Garrett Wilson, I don't know when I'm going to get back. So I've got some good receivers. Two of them are buys this week. And then the other two, it really depends on the chemistry with their quarterbacks. Running backs, I got Bijan. Really nothing to complain about except for last week when he got shut down.
And I think he's going to have the same exact week this week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Probably.
Kamani Vidal last week gave me 38 points. I don't know if he's going to give me 38, but I've got him in Hampton. And Vidal, I think this week should give me 30, 35 plus against Tennessee. Simmons is not going to be playing, so I'm comfortable with that. Ken Walker, like we said earlier, Genty is a running back that I really need Bowers to come back so that they will have a threat to open up so that it opens it up for Genty. And I think if Genty can get to where he's going to get me 25 or so, I'm happy with that. I'm comfortable with that. Judkins and who else was the other one I had? I guess Judkins is my other running back that he's day to day. They're on a bye, so I think he'll be fine. What?
Kareem Hunt.
Well, Kareem Hunt I have while Pacheco is out, but Landon has the guy that I think really is gaining from that, Brashad Smith.
What would it take to add on to Brashard Smith to get Vidal?
Since I own Hampton, I don't know if I would.
That wouldn't make any sense.
I
Ian,
just don't
I
think.
asked him.
You would have to trade for Hampton in a package deal.
I don't want Hampton.
Dad doesn't want to trade you Vidal.
And I don't want to be out of the playoff picture. And I'm not.
I'm not either.
None of us are, but I'm just saying I'm not.
So me, I think I need a, and I'm willing to make a trade, but I send these trades out and people reject, but they don't counter. They don't
You
tell me
have not
what they
sent
don't
me one trade this whole season.
I don't get very many offers from you.
Cool.
You guys have made multiple trades this season.
Yeah,
Send me an offer.
and they were off of my counters that you accepted.
You don't send first offers. It's send me an offer.
Yeah, that is accurate, actually.
Okay, but I send offers to people and they don't counter.
Because your values are off to us.
You accepted them. Jason accepted it.
And some of us are smart. You know when you're stressing.
Some guys just, if they're on borderline, like Mark, I asked him the other day, I said, hey, I know you don't want to move Jacobs or Rice, but what's it going to take to get Rice? I said, right now, you're out of the playoffs looking in. I will give you multiple players for him. And he goes, let me look. Text me later that evening and said, I want to see what I can do. I think I've got the team to do it.
That was Dylan?
Did we go over Mark's team?
No, I don't think we did, actually, now that we mention it, because we didn't do Josh Jacobs either.
Yeah, so I know we didn't do his team. So I think I need another receiver, and I'd love to get Ray Rice. Or not Ray Rice.
Ray Rice is crazy.
Lawsuit.
Come on,
So, and I would I'd give him two receivers. I'd give him a running back receiver. I need another strong receiver. So let's go to his team and look real quick.
What are your thoughts on Justin Jefferson?
I need to see what he's going to do with McCarthy first.
All right.
And I might miss out on buying him low. I might. But I might miss out on buying him high when I thought I was buying him low.
Yeah, fair. No, I get it. I get it.
So we're on Mark's team. He's got Goff and Stafford. You can't complain. They're both in high-powered offenses. Adams is tied to Stafford. Rice is, since he's been back. So the number one wide receiver in the league right now is JSN. Okay? Points-wise, since he's been back, is on regular PPR, not these bonus ones, is Rashee Rice. And that's only 2 games. But it's just, that's how powerful, and he's just getting back. He's not fully even invested yet.
Yeah, Jason, real quick, it's not even like, yes, you may think it's close, but JSN and Puka are tied at 18.6. Rashee Rice is 20.2. So it's damn near a 2-point differential every single week, which is crazy.
And again, that's without the scoring that we have. So
Correct.
It's funny how how you get these blow-up games because of these bonus points. These you guys seen what the defenses get when they are shutting someone out and they're under 100 yards defensively.
Yep.
But as soon as you cross those two, it cuts down to just a normal anybody. You could stream anybody. So then he's got Josh Jacobs, which is a stud. Bam Knight. He's supposed to start against Dallas, but when Benson gets back, I think he gets his spot back, right?
Yeah.
Kelsey, and that's it. But he's got Barkley on the normal. Barkley's on a bye this week, so it would be Barkley and Jacobs. Then here's where his A.J. Brown, even though he's a stud, their offense isn't allowing him to be a stud this year. So Turpin, Bourne, and Brown, there's more of a ceiling with A.J. Brown, but the floor is almost identical to those guys. Would you argue? Would you agree, disagree?
I agree.
I agree.
So then he's also got Hollywood Brown, who is another one that is a whatever. So he's got Devontae Adams, which now Puka's back, and has had 3 games of 25 to 32, 31 and a half points. Everything else is 18 or lower.
Yeah.
He needs a little bit of help, and he's gonna have to do a trade to do that. But if he's wanting to hold tight, then he may see himself looking on the outside of the playoffs.
And
Yep.
oddly enough, this is probably one of the 2 teams I don't want to face in the playoffs.
Okay, good subject. Who's the other one?
Fully healthy Bengals team, probably Jason.
Yeah, Jason's team has come around. And who are your 2 teams you want to face?
I'm gonna go with Landon. I mean, Landon's got a nice team. Playoff schedule's a little rough, but still has a nice team. But also Jason. Jason's he's turned that team around.
I think. Let me look at the other ones too.
Well, I'm not scared. I want to face you both.
Right.
He'll
You just
still
want to
lose.
be able to face us, is what you meant to say.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
then
I
I-
also I guess I just have to say Rob. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. But
Well, Rob's team
That'll crack sooner than later.
that's what we've been saying for 5 weeks. So
I think once Prescott comes down to reality.
actually, I've been saying that for 9 weeks.
I don't want to face Rob or Landon. I don't care if they have strong teams or not. They each have 1 loss. 2 losses, yes, because whatever. He started a video week 1 and sucked. But they each have 1 loss. They have 1 week where they didn't win anything. And so they have a lot of luck on their side, too. Whether it's a great team or luck, I don't care what you say.
I
You've
said
got great teams.
I said I drafted the
great
best
teams,
team.
but
That is
You've
not
also
luck.
got luck on your side.
No. I haven't had Bucky for 4 weeks. I said I drafted the best team in the league. Here we are in week 9. No, I gotta stop. I'm humble.
No, let's see. So how many did you draft Drake May?
Yes.
You drafted Smith and Jigba. You didn't draft Jefferson. You drafted HN, and Taylor.
I didn't draft Taylor.
You-
That's
you
actually
didn't?
that's probably okay, you are right. I am lucky. I traded Pickens, Scary Terry, and Jordan Mason for Taylor and Pollard before the season started.
Okay, that's right. That's okay. I
To
remember
Oscar.
you had this.
There's a
With
lot
who?
of trades.
To Oscar.
Yeah, there's a lot of trades during that beginning of the season.
Yeah. And then I traded Tony Pollard 2 weeks ago back to Oscar with T. Higgins for Jackson Dart, then proceeded to trade Jackson Dart the following week again
Yeah,
to
you
Tyler
and
Moore.
Oscar collude.
That's my boy.
Rental players. Okay, well, that was a nice breakdown of everybody. Kind of talked about what everybody needed. I want another receiver. So if anybody's open to trading,
I want a second
Come get-
quarterback. Everyone but Jonathan Taylor and Njigba are free on my team. Not free, but open
Free?
for trade.
I'll
Open
take
for
'em.
trade.
and you'd still mess up and lose.
Wow.
You
You're
would
the
trade
one with
them
the worst
away.
record than me. You're
What?
the one who's below me right now. I'm in 3rd.
Yeah, but I beat you.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it does.
It does not. Because you still suck and you're still below me in the rankings.
Damn. And guess who's below me?
I scored more points than you.
Doesn't matter. You're still below
Beat
me.
you.
Yeah.
Still below me.
Okay. Okay. That was good, guys.
That was.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't
That'll
think
be
so.
it. Have a happy Halloween.
Thank
Dating
you.
app already?
Yeah, damn. Yeah, you
Ah.
have a happy Halloween too.
Alright.
Alright.
What the?
Yeah, why don't you? Goddamn.
I was talking. Who booted me?
You.
Did
I?
Yes, that was too
Yeah.
funny. Go to
God, your
the.
generation in technology.
So, okay, if you guys are going out tonight, be safe. Landon, you better not be. You're sick. Ian, Landon, did you see the pictures of me and Huddy?